Hi, my name's Tony, some people call me Rusty, and this is Mojo. We're going to go on a journey up the Queensland coast, hopefully make it up to Whitsunday Islands. My channel is Passing Wind, and this series, the 2025 series, is going to be called Bow Movements. Anyway, hope you like it. Please like, subscribe and share.
It's not far down to paradise, at least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles.
Okay, this is what I regard as the start of Moreton Bay. And we've got North Stradbroke over here, Peel Island way off in the distance, probably can't see it. You got Macleay Island dead ahead. Just there is Lamb Island, and that's Russell Island. There's a few other little islands that are uninhabited in amongst the place. But this is a rare treat. It is glass, a glass out. There's not a breath of wind, and it's just spectacular. You don't often see Moreton Bay like this. No good for sailing, of course, but what a sight, what a day. It is supposed to be 20-25 knots of wind. It's supposed to have 5 metre swells, but they're only about 2 metres, and the weather's supposed to be terrible with showers and rain predicted. So I'm happy that they got it wrong, but look at this, absolutely awesome. So I've got my Raymarine Autopilot ST2000, really good, I'm very impressed with it, but like all electronics, it can overheat. And it's quite a cool morning, but it was baking in the sun. But to its credit, it did drift a little bit off course, then it had an alarm go off and told me, hey, look out for me, here I am. So I've got my shade, I've got a wet damn cloth, gave it 5 minutes rest, good as gold again. Anyway, so if it's baking in the sun, normally I've got my foil board up there to provide shade, and when the sun's on this side, you've got, you know, the outboard engine and the roof of the bimini and whatnot. So yeah, I'll just have to be wary of that, and thankfully it sets off an alarm to tell me when to take over from it. So happy days.
Far back to Santa Cruz, at least it's not for me. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find serenity.
Oh, how good is this? Peel Island at its absolute best. The water's crystal clear, 6 or 7 metres visibility, no dramas. I can't remember the last time I could count all the boats on one hand in this area, and the beach is looking spectacular. You've got the rocky headland up there. The tide's going to drop a little bit more, so to have clear water at low tide is pretty cool. So I'm going to put the dinghy in, fluff around. This is Moreton Bay and this is Peel Island. This is, I don't think it gets better than this. Okay, this is Horseshoe Bay at low tide. Anchored in 2.5 metres, could go shallow, could go right in, but I've left the keel down, the centreboard down, because all the boats going past rock it around a bit if it's up. So anyway, I'm going to jump in the old inflatable, go for a paddle, go for a walk, take my trusty thongs. Well, hello there. Okay, so now we're on the other side of Peel Island at a spot called the Lazarette, and beautiful spot, totally sheltered. Last night at Horseshoe Bay, lovely spot, picturesque, but the boats, like the big barges coming through till 9 o'clock, made a bit of wake and rocked around a bit. So now I'm in the Lazarette, It's totally sheltered by sandbanks. The wind is coming over the island, Peel Island, and providing lots of shelter for me. So I came here because as a child I'd read about the leper colony that was up there, up on the hill, and I paddled the dinghy up, but you can't walk across the rocks there, they're really kind of dangerous. So that's the end of that adventure. But what I did find was my solar panel up here has just all gone flaky and stuff. I've only used it last season and I put it on about a month ago getting ready, but it's cactus and it's only producing like 30 watts when it should be producing like 70 or 80 or something like that, whatever it is. So I've got to address that issue, and before I head off, thankfully I'll pop in and see my brother and his family in Manly and buy some solar panels, go nuts with the drill and screws, and hopefully we're all sorted. Anyway, beautiful spot, check out the bay, very calm, beautiful sunny weather. Here I am at the beautiful little ships club on Stradbroke. The weather's come in about 15 knots southerly, southeasterly, which was forecast, but I'm still waiting for that big swell, like really big swell, to sort of die off a bit, and because it's about 4 meters at the moment. And so here I am. We'll spend the day and night here, motorbike riding, hanging out with Brendan, and eating pub meals and doing all that sort of hijinks. Have a little campfire sort of going at his house. He's got a few units here and a lovely house that we've been renovating. Anyway, what a great way to spend a day out of the weather, totally sheltered here. It was quite a rocky ride over, but spectacular spot. Anyway, Moreton Bay keeps on getting better and better. Alright, give the kookaburra a bit of a prat, Brendo.
Oh, you might bite.
Just let him bite you, I've got the camera on you.
No.
Oh, you're soft.
You put your finger in.
No, I'm not doing that, it might bite me. Hey, little fella. You know, yeah. He's expecting food. Still on the beach? Nice. Okay, so right behind me is North Stradbroke Point Lookout Surf Club, and I'm ducking behind a tree because windy as hell. I'll walk around the front and show you guys the weather that the reason why I'm staying in Moreton Bay for some time. So it's windy, I think it's about 3 or 4 meter swells apparently today according to the weather, but it's about 20 knots as well. So let's have a look. So that's a bit of a glimpse of what I am going to go through if I was sailing now, which thankfully I'm not. Hey, you saw I got on the bus at Stradbroke today, and there were a whole bunch of heaps of people from China, and I'm having a yarn to them. They were really nice, and anyway, I said, look, I heard that in China you wear socks a certain way. And they said, oh, how is that? And I said, well, in China, do you wear your socks knee-high? Anyway, they had a bit of a giggle, and it was pretty cool. There was they were on tour guides, and there were families and kids. It was pretty nice, and they had a sense of humour too. G'day, Skip. Skippy. time to leave the relative comfort of Stradbroke Island. You can see in the background there, and it's been very sheltered, staying at the little ship's club there for a night, motorbike riding, hanging out with Gav and Brendan, and yeah, really cool. But the weather's going to turn ugly, as you can see, and it's going to get a lot worse. It's August, the Eka weather, and if you're from Brisbane, you know what I'm talking about. Those cold winds, the rain, and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, look, I've got a little window at 8 o'clock in the morning before the wind really kicks in. It's probably doing just under 15 knots now, but I'll expect it to get up to like 25. Thankfully, we'll be doing like a downwind run, a little bit of a reach maybe, but so there's no point putting out both sails, and I'm feeling a bit lazy today as well. You know, a bit of a night out with the boys last night, restaurant, and kicking back, watching a bit of telly at Point Lookout, having a few drinks, happy days, good fun. But I'm going to look for the safety of the Manly Marina and possibly the Royal Queensland Yacht Club for Saturday night, and sort of see what I can get for another couple of nights. So hopefully by Monday, Tuesday, I'll be up at Bribie Island trying to sneak around to Mooloolaba. But the swell, hopefully, cross my fingers, has dropped off by then. So this is a classic case of being caught by the weather, but making the best of the situation. Moreton Bay is a pretty damn good spot to be training, I guess. Anyway, probably can't hear me from all the wind. Time for me to start sailing with the wind, doing between 5 and 6 knots, just with one sail up, and haven't been rained on properly yet, so happy days. Let's have a look at what the boat's doing. Yes, not exactly fantastic sailing, but we're doing 6 knots going downwind, and so the boat's handling it beautifully. Just a bit cloudy, and I've avoided the rain.
Well, it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not foamy. And if the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility.
It's finally time to leave Royal Queensland Yacht Squadron in Manly. It's been a great place, great place to escape the weather, seeing my brother and his family, and seeing my kids and Sarah, going to dance shows, watching dance, shopping and all that, hanging out sort of thing, and sushi train. It's been fantastic, loved it, but I've got itchy feet. So it's Monday, so this video will come out tomorrow, and yeah, I'm very, very keen to get up to the southern tip of Bribie Island, hunker in there tonight, and then scoot up the coast, possibly past Mooloolaba. If I can make it to Noosa the following day, that would be wonderful. Pretty keen to get some kilometres under Mojo, because I've been cooped up for a bit too long on the land. But what a change in the weather. Gentle westerlies, blue sky, should be good sailing. The swell's slowly dropping off. It's still about 2.5 metres, but it'll drop off as the week goes on. And that's what I'm a bit sketchy about crossing the Mooloolaba Bar. It's pretty shallow, about 2 metres. The waves can just break straight across it. So if it's sketchy at the time, I'll just keep on sailing and head straight for Noosa. Anyway, had a cracker time here in Manly, Brisbane, and looking forward to the next stretch. And this will be the last day in Moreton Bay. Alright, see you later.
Takes me away to where I've always known.
I'm just playing around with stuff. But you know how you see on the news, temperature is like 20 but feels like 15? Well, the current wind is like that. So right now, the wind's coming from, you know, from the west-southwest, and I'm motoring with the wind, so the real wind speed would be about 6 or 7 knots, but the boat's traveling with the wind, so the apparent speed is about 2 knots. I'm going to see if I can haul up this mainsail going with the wind, which is like not what you do. You go into the wind, it flaps around, it goes up, and then you get back on course. So I'm breaking the rules, playing around with things, see how I go. It was a bit harder hauling up the mainsail, but I still did it, so good little experiment. But sailing now in maybe 5 knots of wind, maybe a bit more, doing 3.5 knots of speed, going against the tide, so probably doing 4 knots. Pretty happy about that. Crystal blue sky, a few dotted clouds, but what a gentle way to start the exit of Moreton Bay. Finished my sail from Manly to Bribie Island. So right out the front there you can see the Bribie Island Bowls Club. And look, to come in, I came in on the worst tide. The tide was rushing out at half tide, and I think the proper term is wind over tide, but I call it a bloody washing machine. So the current is going this way, the wind's going that way, the waves are going like this, I'm chopping around, taking sails down, and steering by hand and getting thrown all over the place, and it's getting shallow and not real nice. But anyway, I've found this tiny little beach, you know, probably the most sheltered spot I can find, because I want to just tuck back out tomorrow morning, tuck back out and go up the ocean side of Bribie Island up through the sunny coast. So this will be my last Moreton Bay post, so sliding off on that, and I'll edit it this afternoon and I'll put it out tomorrow. So I'm pretty much in real time with my videoing, and that'll change as the adventure goes on. Anyway, I will catch you on the Sunshine Coast episode. Hey, how you going? So, it's been a while. It is officially the winter solstice, so the shortest daylight, longest hours, and I sort of think cold too. So I'm rugged up. I had a great night on the boat last night, though, on Mojo. I've got a little electric blanket that I plug in, and happy days. So, what we're looking at today are these rope bags. They've seen a bit of life. I think they're pretty much cactus. So, yeah, here are our new Ronster ones. And as you can see, they look all neat and tidy and happy days. And of course, like all boat bits, if you put the word marine in front of it, those little bags are cheap as. Only a couple of bucks from the dollar and cent shop. Yeah, I wish it was. Anyway, they're pretty healthy for what they are. They're a wire bag. I've used like crab pot netting and you know, a little bit of spongy stuff for the price Ronston are making a bid, but everybody reckons they're pretty cool, so I'll stick with them. Anyway, my bait bits for this morning are my 2 brand new rope bags.
A big thanks to Gav, Brendan, Paul and his family. Cheers.